According to a new Politico Morning Consult poll, 28% of Americans want the next Congress to focus on impeaching President Biden. Now, 28%, so we're talking about just a little over a quarter of the public. So definitely not a majority. Vast majority says impeachment is stupid. But you still have 28% of the public that says, I think we ought to do this. That is the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen. But it gets even dumber when you start drilling down into the numbers. Of course, 55% of Republicans say, yes, we should focus on impeaching President Biden. I'm actually shocked that that number is not higher. Right? You barely have half the Republicans who say, yes, we should do it. Here's the shocking number. 6% of Democrats say that we should focus on impeaching President Biden. 6% of Democrats in this country are like, yeah, I think we need to look into that. I want to meet this 6%. I just want to sit and talk to them. I just want to ask them calmly, like, why? Why do you, as a Democrat, think President Biden should be impeached? Listen, I am definitely not Biden's biggest fan by any stretch of the imagination. I didn't want him to be the nominee in 2020. I did vote for him because I'm, a lesser of two evils kind of guy, and I don't think he's evil by any stretch, but he hasn't lived up to expectations, and he's done a lot of things I don't like. He's done plenty that I do like. Either way, he comes and goes. I'm not a huge Biden fan, but I also understand as a rational thinking human being, as does most of the public, that he hasn't done anything worthy of impeachment. So that's what blows my mind about this 6% of Democrats like, yeah, we should do it. Why? And I think that's kind of the follow-up that Politico Morning Consult missed out on when conducting this poll. It's not just like, do you think they should focus on impeachment? Oh, hell yeah. Then you ask the obvious question, why? Would you mind telling me, just for research purposes here, why? That's an answer I guarantee you most of them couldn't give you. But either way, here's what this means. 28% says yes, let's do the impeachment. 6% of Democrats say yes. 55% of Republicans say yes. A tiny, tiny fraction of independent and moderate voters, the ones who will be deciding the upcoming 2024 election, say no. So with Republicans telling us that they are going to work on impeaching President Biden, Donald Trump is telling them you got to do it more than twice so that he holds the record as the most impeached president. The independent voters, the moderates, are going to get pissed. They're going to be annoyed, and this is going to backfire on Republicans just like it backfired on them when they impeached Bill Clinton, who watched his popularity go through the roof after that. So, Republicans are stuck between a rock and a hard place. A majority of their people want them to do impeachment. A majority of the people that are going to decide the election don't want them to even go for it. So, which group do they try to appeal to? Do they risk pissing off their base? Or do they piss off the people that are going to cost them the House after just 2 years? I think we all know the direction the Republicans are going to go in, and it's going to be hilarious to watch it all unfold. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.